by North American Aviation called the F-86 Sabre jet. It racked up a better than 10-to-1 victory ratio, but sadly, the F-86 that we had hoped to have flying here this evening came up with a mechanical problem and was unable to be here. Coming through on the screens now from the right, you can see the Douglas Invader, the light bomber. In the picture with it, you can see the bent-wing bird on that Chance Vought Corsair with its huge engine and a huge propeller. And then, from P-51 to F-51 as the new designation of the young United States Air Force, on the right wing, the Mustang also served ably during the Korean conflict. Let's listen. Let's listen. Moving on to Vietnam. The Vietnam pitted the communist government of North Vietnam against South Vietnam. And during the war, the United States relied on a helicopter in combat as never before. It truly became the helicopter war. Many of you will remember the TV show and movie MASH about the mobile army surgical hospitals during the Korean conflict. Well, the opening sequence showed wounded soldiers being transported by a bubble-canopied helicopter known as the Bell H-13 Sioux helicopter. It was during that war that the helicopter became indispensable, greatly increasing the survivability of wounded soldiers on the battlefield by airlifting them to the MASH units. In 1965, the Army began testing and developing new techniques to enhance future warfighting capabilities. Helicopter tactics developed in Korea were adapting and evolving to support a new concept in maneuver warfare, air mobility. And here they come. The Huey, the UH-1 Iroquois. An estimated 11,000 took to the skies for almost 19 years. They flew slicks, troop carriers, gunship missions, attack, and dust-off medical evaluations. The UH-1s we see flying here today are from the 1st Helicopter Squadron from Joint Base Andrews. And just last December, they celebrated their 50th anniversary. Coming through after that, developed from the UH-1 Iroquois, these are the Cobras, the first helicopter designed from the skids up to be an attack helicopter. And following that, the heavy-lift CH-47 Chinook with an incredible capability to carry nearly 22,750 pounds underneath the aircraft. It was 1946 that this airplane was first thought of, and it was in 1948 that Boeing designers, in one weekend, came up with this incredible design of an airplane that has now been flying for the United States Air Force for 68 years. Swept wing, the ability to go over 8,000 miles at speeds of over 600 miles per hour. This, ladies and gentlemen, one of the triad of the Air Force's bomber capabilities, the B-52 Stratofortress. Dropping tens of thousands of tons of bombs during the Vietnam conflict. It was known as the Buff, the big, ugly, fat fella. In all 700